Consul General, thank you for your time. This is your first posting in Australia. How would you describe China-Australia relations currently?
Thank you very much for giving me the chance to meet with the press. To my eyes, China and Australia are both important countries in the Asia-Pacific region and members of the G20. Since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 1972, bilateral ties have remained resilient. Despite some ups and downs, the overall trend of moving forward has never changed. China has always attached great importance to developing its relations with Australia. In the past 3 years, President Xi Jinping and Prime Minister Albanese have met 4 times. Under the strategic guidance of the leaders of both countries, China and Australia relations have regained positive momentum, delivering real benefits to both peoples. The most important insight that gives the two sides is that treating each other as equals, seeking common ground while shelving differences, and mutually beneficial cooperation serve the fundamental interests of both countries and peoples. There are no historical grievances or fundamental conflicts of interest between China and Australia. The two economies are highly complementary, and the two sides share common interests in safeguarding multilateralism, opposing trade protectionism, and jointly tackling challenges such as climate change and etc. The two countries are fully capable of becoming partners based on mutual trust and mutual benefit. Strengthening cooperation is of great significance to achieving common development and promoting peace, stability, and prosperity in the region and the world.
Prime Minister Albanese earlier this year made his visit to China. How would you say that China-Australia relations have changed since that visit?
In July, Prime Minister Albanese paid a very successful visit to China. During their meeting, President Xi Jinping emphasized that China and Australia should continue to enhance strategic mutual trust, deepen and expand mutual beneficial cooperation, foster people-to-people friendship more broadly, and work together to address risks and challenges. That sets the direction for the future development of bilateral relations and gets positive response from Prime Minister Albanese. Since then, China and Australia have engaged in frequent dialogue, exchanges, and cooperation. On Monday this week, Chinese Premier Li Qiang met with Prime Minister Albanese in Malaysia. That is the 7th meeting of them. Both sides agreed that bilateral relations continue to show a positive and improving momentum, with steady progress in exchanges and cooperation across various fields. The China-Australia high-level dialogue was successfully held in Beijing in September. Victorian Premier Allen, Western Australia Premier Cook, and Federal Minister for Climate Change and Energy Chris Bowen have all visited China in recent months. These intensive interactions continue to inject positive energy into the development of China-Australia relations. China values and is committed to preserving the hard-won momentum of improvement in bilateral ties. China stands ready to work with Australia to actively implement the important consensus reached between the leaders of the two countries, maintain strategic communication, expand mutually beneficial cooperation, and continue moving forward together so as to build a more mature, stable, and productive China-Australia comprehensive strategic partnership that will bring greater benefits to both peoples and makes a greater contribution to regional and global peace, stability, and development.
Okay, so what goals do you have that will actually promote cooperation between Australia and China?
You mean West Australia?
Between China and Western Australia.
Okay, I understand that. Practical cooperation between China and West Australia stands as a model of China-Australia cooperation. For many years, China has been WA's largest trading partner, export market, and source of imports. Also, people-to-people exchanges have been very close and long-standing. Since Chinese carpenter WAMN landed in WA in 1829, cultural and social exchanges between two sides have spanned nearly 2 centuries. Chinese enterprises and community in WA have made significant contributions to the state's economic and social development. Traditional Chinese festivals such as the Spring Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, and Dragon Boat Festival have also enriched WA's vibrant multicultural landscape. As the 11th Consul General of China in Perth, I'm committed to working with people from all walks of life in WA to consolidate cooperation in traditional sectors and expand collaboration in emerging fields such as green economy, digital industries, and high technology. Together, we can turn our complementary economic strengths into a strong driving force for shared development and support WA's economic diversification. I will also actively promote people-to-people exchanges, strengthen cooperation in culture, education, tourism, and youth engagement, encourage more Chinese tourists to visit WA, and welcome more Western Australians to experience a real, multidimensional, and comprehensive China, so as to enhance mutual understanding and consolidating the foundation of friendship and cooperation.
So I understand there was a recent important meeting which took place in China. What were the outcomes of that meeting, and what will that mean for Western Australia?
Yeah, that's very important. You've mentioned the most important event in China recently. Actually, last week, the 4th plenary session of the 20th Central Committee of the Communist Party of China concluded successfully in Beijing. One of the most important outcomes of the meeting is the adoption of the proposals of the CPC Central Committee on formulating the 15th five-year plan for national economic and social development, which lays out the top-level designs and strategic planning for China's development over the next 5 years. The scientific formulation and successive implementation of five-year plan is a key governance experience of the CPC and a major political advantage of socialism with Chinese characteristics. Since the first five-year plan was launched in 1953, China has formulated and implemented 14 consecutive plans already, transforming itself from a poor and weak agrarian country into the world's largest manufacturing nation and the second largest economy. During the 14th five-year plan period, despite the complex and challenging international environment, China remained committed to high-quality development and vigorously advanced new quality productive forces, with its economy achieving continuous and significant growth. Over the first 4 years, China's average annual growth rate reached 5.5%, and its GDP is expected to approach 140 trillion yuan this year. China has consistently contributed about 30% of global economic growth, remaining the most stable and reliable engine of the world economy. Building on the foundation, the 15th five-year plan proposals outline China's main goals, driving forces, and safeguards for economic and social development over the next 5 years, providing a roadmap for making decisive progress towards basically achieving socialist modernization. The document reflects China's strong confidence in its medium and long-term development prospects, favorable fundamentals, and its capacity to overcome difficulties and achieve even greater progress. To name a few important points, in the next 5 years, China will continue to pursue high-quality development. The Chinese economy enjoys solid foundations, multiple advantages, strong resilience, and vast potentials, giving it the confidence and capability to handle various internal and external risks and challenges. Also, in the next 5 years, China will accelerate scientific and technological innovation. The country will continue to advance high-level self-reliance and strength in science and technology, make forward-looking plans for emerging industries, promote quantum technology, biomanufacturing, embodied intelligence, and 6G, and etc. as drivers, and continue to contribute more to global exchanges and cooperation and progress. In the next 5 years, China will steadfastly follow the path of green development. It will continue to promote green and low-carbon transformation, injecting more positive energy into global cooperation on climate governance. Also, in the next 5 years, China will open up even wider to the outside world. China will continue to embrace economic globalization, advance reform and development through opening up, uphold true multilateralism, and share opportunities and development with the rest of the world. So as you can see, the fourth plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee once again set a positive signal to the world. The signal is that of openness and cooperation, of mutual benefit, and of shared opportunity and prosperity. China stands ready to share this and pursue common developments with all countries, including Australia. This will also provide strong impetus for WA's economic diversification and energy transition, bringing new opportunities for deeper practical cooperation between China and WA across various fields.
What is China's viewpoint on AUKUS and specifically Western Australia's involvement in the AUKUS?
Actually, I think our spokesperson of the Foreign Ministry has more than once made very clear our position on the so-called trilateral security partnership between the US, the UK, and Australia, designed to advance cooperation on nuclear submarines and other cutting-edge military technologies. We oppose bloc confrontation and anything that increases the risk of nuclear proliferation and exacerbates arms race, because we believe that this goes against the trend of the times and does not align with the common aspirations of countries in the region. Australia is a non-nuclear country, and I have noticed that many Australians, especially people in WA, are deeply concerned about the safe handling of nuclear waste. China has always advocated for strengthening regional cooperation, safeguarding peace and stability, and promoting common development to build a peaceful, stable, and prosperous Pacific region.
So do you believe that AUKUS will lead to an increase in regional confrontation?
We hope that will not be the case. Actually, I believe that as comprehensive strategic partners, China and Australia are friends, not rivals. China's development represents an opportunity, not a challenge. So for Australia, China stands ready to work with them to take more actions that help enhance mutual trust and promote peace and stability in the region, not the opposite.
And finally, what are your goals that you have set out? Your personal goals. Could you explain them?
I arrived here only a little bit more than 1 month ago, and up to now, my personal goal can be summed up in 4 words: deepening friendship and advancing cooperation. Since my arrival on September 16th, I have had the privilege of paying courtesy calls on the governor, the premier, the leader of the opposition and director of the Fed WA State Office. And I have also visited the University of Western Australia, the construction site of International SKA Low Telescope, and attended events organized by the Chinese community and the business sector, and also the Consular Corps. Through these engagements, I have listened extensively to views and suggestions from various sectors on promoting China-WA cooperation. I'm deeply impressed by the solid foundation, strong momentum, fruitful outcomes, and broad prospects of exchanges and cooperation between China and WA across different fields. I look forward to continuing to explore the vast, beautiful, and resource-rich state of WA, engage widely with people from all regions and walks of life, listening to their views and ideas, and actively promoting cooperation in various fields. I also will work to advance cultural and people-to-people exchanges, to deepen friendship between our peoples and help ensure that China-Australia relations continue to move forward steadily and sustainably.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.